Sisters who have grown wings all know, the more wings you have, the more power you have in this life. But I, at the whole clan's grand ceremony, shattered my own six-winged glazed divine wings with my own hands. In my past life, the butterfly queen sealed me into the feathered holy realm. After 100 years of torture, I finally became the only six-winged divine goddess of the butterfly clan. However, on the very day of ascension, the divine wings suddenly broke free, flew onto my clan sister's back, and merged with her. In an instant, my clan sister was supported by the whole clan as the new saintess, while I was accused of being a thief who stole someone else's cultivation. The butterfly queen stripped my cultivation in public and threw me into the Kunmu abyss. My fiancé Xianyi also held my clan sister's hand and never looked back. Down in the abyss, I was surrounded by demons, and my breath slowly faded away. But until my death, I did not understand how the wings I risked my life to cultivate became hers. When I opened my eyes again, time restarted. I returned to 3 days before the ceremony. This is the holy cocoon, which stole one's life and luck. After doing internal inspection, I found clues leading to a mysterious mark around my spine core, exactly like in my past life. In my last life, I didn't know about this thing. When I found out, it was already too late. Remembering it made me mad. Using my powers, I spy outside the cocoon. Elder sister has already been in pain for 100 years. I beg you, just let me bring the medicine inside. Get out. A bug without footprints like you is not worthy of getting close to the holy cocoon. And smack the medicine bowl. Then said, the princess said the person inside the cocoon must be in pain to grow the best divine wings. Are you bringing this thing inside to harm the princess? And raised her hand. He brings medicine time to time but always get rejected. Xiao Sang, a walking stick insect who never even had footprints, was the only one who cared whether I lived or died. When she was about to punish him, a voice echoed, "Why trouble a little medicine servant?" Startled, she looked towards the entrance. A man with gentle appearance was walking towards them. Xianyi, the young master of Fox Demon Clan, and also my fiancé of 100 years. Seeing him, she immediately bowed to greet him. "Young Master Xianyi," he said, "you can go." She looked at Xiao Sang mockingly and scoffed, then she turned and left. After she left, Xianyi walked towards Xiao Sang, placed his hand on his shoulder and said gently, "Little servant, I will handle things here." Xiao Sang awkwardly looking around then reluctantly left the temple. After he left, Xianyi walked toward the cocoon and gently touched it and said, "I know you can hear me. There is something I want to tell you in advance. Diane has a weaker body and needs these divine wings more than you. I have already discussed it with the butterfly queen. After the ceremony, I will marry Diane as my main wife. You just stay obediently as a concubine. I will also help you raise that stick insect demon. Isn't it good for our family to live in harmony?" After saying all that, he turned and left the temple. Live in harmony. What a beautiful phrase, but it is extremely laughable. That gentleman's skin of his was an act for others from beginning to end. The mark has already merged with my dantian and cannot be removed. Outside the cocoon, there is the butterfly queen's restriction locking it down, and I cannot get out. At the ceremony in 3 days, the wings will definitely be taken away without a doubt. Since that is the case, I will add a fire to these wings. Although the flowing gold spiritual liquid can accelerate the growth of the six-winged divine wings, in essence, it is the flowing gold fire poison. It is extremely overbearing, and even the butterfly queen dares not touch it easily. I tried to get rid of the wings immediately, but the cocoon around me restricted it. After a while, the queen and Diane the princess walked in. The queen asked, "How is the progress of the holy cocoon?" "Mother, don't worry. The same life mirror has already taken root. The moment the cocoon breaks, the wings will automatically fly over. No one will see any flaw." Queen sighed with relief and said, "But, Diane, we cannot keep her afterward." I was shocked, but she laughed carelessly. "Mother, you worry too much. Without wings, she is worse than a moth. What does it matter if we keep her or not?" "Enough, huh? It is different. When I picked her up in the Kunmu abyss back then, she had an aura on her that I could not understand. Her background is not simple. As soon as the ceremony ends, send her down to the Kunmu abyss immediately. Do not make a sound. Just tell the outside world that she died suddenly from exhaustion." "Okay," she bowed, and both left the place. My background is not simple. I was picked up by the Kunmu abyss. Poor child, mother will take care of you from now on. In my past life, I knew nothing about my background. The butterfly queen told me I was an abandoned baby of the butterfly clan, raised by her side since childhood and treated like her own. I was deeply grateful for a lifetime. Even until death, I was still wondering if I did something not good enough to disappoint mother. Thinking about it now, it is extremely laughable. What kind-hearted adoption. It was just raising a pig to be slaughtered. The matter of my birth can be checked later. The most urgent thing right now is Xiao Sang. In my past life, on the night before the ceremony, Xiao Sang disappeared. I never knew how she died until I died. I clenched my fists in anger. In this life, I will never let that happen to him again. Using my cultivation, I send a signal for him. In his cottage he was cleaning his broken pots. A walking stick insect who never even had footprints, the most humble existence in the entire butterfly clan, was the only person who cared whether I lived or died. I touched the string and it traveled to him. Shocked he said, "Sister, sister, is that you?" Receiving my massage which appeared on back of his hand. Reading it he said, "Sister said she is safe, so I am relieved." He wiped his tears. "I will brew the medicine again and send it over tomorrow morning," and started gathering herbs. The butterfly queen said she will send me down to the Kunmu abyss after the ceremony. Then what about Xiao Sang? A humble bug who knows too much is no different from an ant in the butterfly queen's eyes. Thinking this made me angry. No, I must make Xiao Sang lead the butterfly clan before the ceremony, the further the better. A while later Xiao Sang entered the temple cautiously and by the cocoon, and said, "Sister, I heard that you are going to marry Master Xianyi after the ceremony. That is very good. When you marry over, I will find a place to live outside so I won't cause trouble for you. But can you occasionally have someone send a word to me? Just the word safe is enough. That way I will know if you are doing well." He walked towards the cocoon and put his head against it. "Sister, tomorrow is the last day before the ceremony. You must be well." After saying that he took a deep breath and left. Xiao Sang, "Do you know that Xianyi is not a good person at all? And I cannot marry him at all. In the entire butterfly clan, only your heart is real." My tears dropped in golden water. Activating all my spiritual power I made a pearl which can break through the cocoon restrictions and send it over to Xiao Sang house. Next morning when Xiao Sang came out of his house he saw the pearl. When he touched it my voice rings out, "Xiao Sang, do not go to the altar on the day of the ceremony. Take the spirit pearl and go to the Goosebone Valley. There is a hidden cave there. Do not ever come back to look for me." Hearing that his eyes filled with tears and dropped on Pearl and said, "Sister, have you run into danger? You would never ask me to leave." "I won't leave. Wherever you are, I will be there." Then wiped his tears. Hearing that my heart aches. Xiao Sang, why are you so silly? Only if you leave can I let go and do things. If you stay, you will only become a weakness they will use to control me. I tried to gather my still recovering spiritual power to send him massage but I wasn't enough to break through the barrier. On other hand, he put the pearl in his bosom and stands up, then ran towards the Xianye's residence. He was reading booklet when Xiao Sang barged and thinking he would help me. Panting he kneels down. I sense it but was powerless to do anything. I cried out, "No, Master Xianyi, sister, she seems to be in danger. Please help her." Saying that he placed the pearl in front of him. He took it in his hand and said after a while, "Xiao Sang, there is something I didn't want to tell you. I was the one who helped Diane find the same life luck-stealing device. Chu Li's wings must be given to Diane. A butterfly clan princess is far more useful to me than a girl of unknown origin." You tricked sister." Xianyi glared, "Lock him up. Don't hurt him, lest Chu Li gets upset and affects the quality of the wings." Two guards came forward and dragged him out. He shouted, "Sister, they are all lying to you." But guards cover his mouth, and took him to dungeon. But he took advantage of his real appearance and escaped through the cracks. I immediately sensed his movements. Xiao Sang escaped. He was injured yet determined. He dragged himself up and runs toward the main mansion. I was really anxious. He is going to find the queen. Come back quickly, this is walking into a trap. I tried signaling again but energy was still insufficient. After arriving at the main mansion he kneels in front of it. Suddenly the opened and the princess comes out. "What are you doing here?" "Second princess, I beg you, let me see Her Majesty the Butterfly Queen. After the ceremony, can you let sister stay in the clan? Even as the lowest handyman is fine. I know the wings are the hope of the whole clan, and I shouldn't complain. But sister, she has really suffered too much." He begged but Diane laughed at him and said, "How do you know the wings won't be hers after the ceremony?" He immediately understood her intentions. She continues, "Little thing, how much do you know?" He clenched his fists. Diane left him outside and go in the mansion. After a while the guards came out of the mansion and dragged him up and takes him into the ends of forest. I extract all my spiritual power into thin spider silk thread yet still it got damaged halfway through. Xiao Sang. Xiao Sang. I tried to break through the holy cocoon but was pushed back and fell. Then I tried the attempt to penetrate the barrier, but all I can see was faint specks of light. All these effects drained me, Xiao sang. I tried to hold back tears. Sister will remember you. My tears fell into the golden fire water. I grabbed the gold fire essence and started absorbing it. It flows through my wings. This flowing gold fire essence, how is it any treasure for becoming a god? It is clearly a fatal poison that can burn down a divine kingdom. Whoever dares to take it must bear the backlash of the glazed fire essence. I want to see who will end up crying at the end of this ascension show that was prepared for 100 years. Finally the day of ascension came, and the cocoon was brought to the main hall by several guards. They place it in the center and kneels. The daylight pierced through the cocoon. Isn't it Diane? I said to myself, she is probably waiting for the wings to fly over by themselves. Whole clan was present and Queen spoke. Today is a once-in-a-thousand-years grand ceremony for our butterfly clan. The chosen daughter will breaks out of the cocoon, and the six-winged divine wings appear in the world again. From now on, our illusion butterfly clan will ascend to the upper realm again and return to the immortal ranks. Everyone knelt down and looked at the cocoon in admiration. The queen walked down towards the cocoon, raised her hands and break down its seal. Cracks appeared on it and finally breaks down. I was pushed out of it and landed on my feet. My wings were radiant and were emitting a strong light, and the insane aura was spreading around me. Everyone was instantly captivated, even the queen. 6 wings. It really is the 6-winged divine wings. Heaven blesses our clan. The queen mother is wise. From beginning to end, all they wanted was this pair of wings. As for who it grows on, it does not matter. I looked around but couldn't find him. Xiao sang. In last life he was right there. I was devastated. I clenched my fists. Diane was looking at me mockingly and Xianyi was quietly observing me. Chuli, you have worked hard. The pain of the 100-year and holy cocoon is seen by the whole clan. Now that the divine wings are complete and the butterfly clan's ascension is in sight, this queen will remember your contribution in her heart. I looked at her. Thank you, mother. And continues, but your daughter has a request. Where is Xiao Sang? He is just a bug demon. Why mention him at the grand ceremony? What you should care about is the upcoming ascension. She flickered her sleeves in annoyance and turned. The divine wings are complete. Next is the ascension. We invite the chosen daughter to bestow blessings. The mark was activated by itself and the divine wings started to break free. In my past life, the wings flew away, and I was lost and helpless. I could only turn into an ugly, useless person under everyone's gaze, and then listen to their accusations and die for their true chosen daughter. This time, I will not. I raised my hands and began to use my cultivation to shatter them. Queen Mother was shocked. Chuli, what are you doing? Stop. Diane was also at loss. Xianyi frowned and clenched his fists. But I didn't stop. Despite the pain, I continued and spirited them from me. The wings flew in the air and landed in my hands. I was on my knees because of the pain. I hold them tightly, my eyes were glowing. Everyone was looking at me in shock. I stand up and with full force throw them at the floor. Queen and other runs toward me. Chuli, you are crazy. Do you know what you are doing? I knelt down. The wings were broken yet still they flew towards her. She bends down to pick them but I snatched them immediately. After picking them up I said, this pair of wings was bought with my own life. It belongs to no one. Chuli, how dare you? I threw the wings upward. They flickered in the air. With my remaining cultivation I ignite a big flame and the wings turned into ashes. The ashes dropped on the face of Diane, who was standing there in shock. Suddenly the mark appeared on her. It was the holy cocoon's backlash and she turned into an old woman. Diane, you wanted the wings? I give them to you. Seeing this, Mother Queen runs toward her and tried to stop it. Diane was trembling with pain. Then standing up she looked at me with a triumph smile. Chuli, do you know what you have done? I coughed. What did I do? I only destroyed my own wings. Mother, why are you so nervous? Could it be that the wings are not mine? It made Queen angry and others started whispering. She clenched her fists angrily. Chuli practiced evil arts, intentionally destroyed the divine wings, and harmed her fellow clan members. Her crime cannot be forgiven. Strip all her cultivation immediately and throw her into the Kunmu abyss. She destroyed my cultivation. I coughed up blood and fell down. Everyone pointed at me. Crazy. She is really crazy. The 6-winged divine wings. The hope of the butterfly clan is gone just like that. This monster should just die in the Kunmu abyss. The butterfly clan is finished. Without the divine wings, how can we ascend? What should we do? No one asked me why. No one cared if I was in pain. Just like in my past life, they only saw that the wings were gone, but they could not see that the person who grew the wings was also about to be gone. Then 2 guards dragged me up. I walked with them. The crowd was looking at me, and they started throwing mud at me. Sinner, the Queen Mother has raised you for 100 years and that's how you pay her. A maid was holding Diane up. She looked at me angry and whispered in my ears. Do you think I can't get them just because you destroyed the wings? How naive. When you disappear, your little bug will go with you. Guess which tree in the back mountain he is under right now. Then she laughed. That dragged me towards the edge of Kumu abyss. The queen walked towards me and said, Chuli, this queen raised you for 100 years and owes you nothing. Then Xianyi came forward. Everyone, Xianyi has a word to say today. Chuli and I had a 100-year marriage contract. I wanted to protect her for her whole life, but her actions today not only destroyed the clan's path to ascension, but also hurt the innocent Diane. I am too disappointed in her. I, Xianyi, young master of the demon clan, publicly break the marriage contract with Chuli today. This woman has an evil mind and is not worthy of being my wife. Everyone cheered on his excellent fake words. Good, what a relief. Young Master Xianyi puts justice before family. Truly a model for the demon world. Xianyi, you acted for most of your life, aren't you tired? I said mockingly. He was caught off guard. He was speechless. Diane became angry. Chuli, you destroyed my cultivation. I want you to stay down there for thousands of years and never come out. Push her down. I was thrown in the abyss. While the thick smoke was engulfing me, in a daze, I saw Xiao saying again, Sister, when you come out of the holy cocoon, let's go look at the sky together. I closed my eyes and was going so deeper in it that I can't even see a flicker of outside light. And I fell down to the ground. Xiao saying, Are you still alive? Laying there I suddenly feel movement. The next moment the demons were coming towards me. I stand up and closed my eyes, but they suddenly stopped. I looked at them in shock and they kneeled to the ground in front of me. I couldn't understand it. Then a crack appeared on ground and green light was emitting out of it. It turned into a mark. When my blood dropped onto it, I saw a memory. The barren land was restored and grows a lot of flowers and plants. The first deity in heaven and earth who ruled over life and reincarnation, the spring god. All things were born because of her, and the 4 seasons turned because of her. She was a part of the heavenly laws. Then the war of gods breaks out and the sky broke. Everything was destroying and vanishing. The goddess of spring sacrificed herself. The war stopped but her body vanished in thin air. And a little bit consciousness which was left turned into a jade cocoon, fell onto the earth in the Kumu abyss. I fell to the ground, while breathing heavily. The memory stopped short here, but I already knew what happened next. Back then, the butterfly queen was just a low-level moth demon. By absorbing the divine power leaking from the divine cocoon, she forced the dying moth tribe to evolve into the so-called illusion butterfly clan. Those 6-winged glazed divine wings were not an opportunity for ascension at all. Instead, they imprisoned the awakening of the spring god's consciousness. The more perfect the wings, the stronger the seal. From the moment I shattered the divine wings, the seal began to fall apart. I was freeing myself. A mark appeared on my forehead and spread throughout my body. Suddenly an intense power surged from beneath me and started spreading all around the abyss. I was pulled up in the air and the power started running in my veins. The power aura was circling around me, and I was transformed into my real form, the appearance of a real spring deity. 1,000 chains trapped my true self. Today I finally know who I am. I see the heavens gate open from above for me. I am back. Outside the abyss everyone was getting ready for the wedding. Queen Mother held up the wine. Diane was getting helped. The marriage between young Master Xianyi and Princess Diane is truly a blessing for both clans. The elder praises us too much. Diane is gentle and virtuous. Xianyi is lucky for 3 lifetimes. Everyone was chatting when ground started trembling. The banners, the tables, even the glass in Queen's hand. She stands up. This aura. No, impossible. The intense power was going into the sky from the ground. The barren land turned fertile. The flowers bloom. It spreads to the far corners of the earth. This pressure made even the animals kneel. When it goes in the heavens, the immortals present in the there sensing it immediately kneels. We welcome the return of His Majesty the Spring God. In the abyss I turned into petals and flew up. Seeing this everyone was shocked. I was standing above them. The pressure of my presence made them kneel and left them trembling. The queen sitting on the throne wasn't able to move due to this pressure. Diane was on the floor and was scared out of her wits. They were not just afraid, but they finally realized what kind of being the woman they called a criminal actually was. Xianye's eyes was filled with regret. I finally landed on the ground. When my feet touched the ground it immediately lit up and a barrier formed all around the main hall. Xianyi shamelessly looked at me. Truly, I have always been on your side. Breaking the marriage contract back then was forced by the butterfly queen. He get on his knees, and continues in my heart, from beginning to end, there was only you. Xianyi, what do you value most in this life? He was stunned. It is your face, the gentleman's scheme you carefully maintained. I raised my hands. The fading of spring, all things that have life will die, and all things that bloom will wither. I stripped him off his cultivation. His hair turned white and the body lost his appearance. He looked at his hand, placed them on his head and dropped to his knees. For the rest of your life, use a mortal body to learn well what a true heart is. Then I walked toward Diane. She dragged herself back in fear. Chuli, I was wrong. It was all forced by mother. I am also a victim. A victim? When Xiao Sang was sent to the back mountain by you, did he beg you like this too? You stole divine power that does not belong to you. Return to your original form. She cried and turned into an ugly moth. Seeing this, the queen dragged herself down the stairs and kneels in front of me, and cried, Lord Spring God, have mercy, I was blind, I lost my mind, I am willing to give up everything to atone for my sins. I looked at her. Give up everything? When you stole divine power from the divine cocoon back then, did you ever think about what price you would pay? You imprisoned me in the feathered holy cocoon for 100 years. Did you ever feel a shred of guilt? After that raised my hand to signal, a string of light appeared and a voice echoed. The illusion butterfly clan stole the divine inheritance. They broke the heavenly laws and should be executed according to the law. The spring god is merciful and spares you from the death penalty. Starting today, I take back the divine power, strip the entire clan of their demon status, and demote them to ordinary insects. When the heaven verdict arrives to the ground, everyone was crying and transforming into their real form. The queen's hand transformed and her crown dropped and broke down into pieces. Looking at herself, she was shocked. I will not take your life. Queen turned into a moth. You will live for a very, very long time, long enough for you to use the rest of your life to repent. The queen moth shed tears. Their illusion broke and they all turned into moths. I left them behind and through the stairs I walked towards the forests. Now I was walking on hills. A walking stick insect in this world, I sit down, is not even worth a grain of dust. I placed my hands on the mud and tried to locate the presence of him in the depths. Suddenly I see some specks of light. There it was. Sensing it, I opened my eyes, which filled with tears, and smiled. Xiao Sang, I cried, are you waiting for sister? Then I used my power, and gathered the remaining parts of his shattered soul, which was yet not faded. After I repaired it, he becomes whole. He opened his eyes and seeing me, he cried, Sister. I nodded, yes, it's me. I petted his head. He cried more. I knew sister wouldn't die. I waited for a long, long time. He wiped his tears. I didn't dare to fade away. I was afraid if I faded, you wouldn't be able to find me. Seeing his resolve, my eyes filled with tears. I reach out my hand. Let's go, Xiao Sang. Grab his hand. Sister will take you home. He looked at me. Home? But the butterfly clan. I shook my head. Not the butterfly clan. Then turned. A path appeared from the heaven towards us, filled with flowers. Thousands of guards were waiting with head down. Looking at this path, he was mesmerized. Sister, are all those people waiting for you? I nodded in agreement. He looked ahead, then at himself. Then, can we really go up there? I don't even have footprints. I am just a walking stick insect. I said to him, Xiao Sang, listen well. From now on, our home is in heaven. No one can bully you anymore. No one can. He looked at me with watery eyes and then looked back at the destroyed clan. We started walking on the stairs. Sister, yes? Can I still brew medicine for you in the future? Of course you can. I will build a very big medicine room for you. You can take whatever herbs you want. Then I want to plant many, many ancient grasses. Why plant so many? To keep them ready for sister. Sister has been in pain for 100 years. From now on, you must drink ancient soup every day. My tears faded and I take a deep breath. Okay, 3 bowls a day, no slacking. He smiled happily, held my hand and started running. Behind us everyone kneels in respect. As we walked, new flowers bloomed on the path.